Now I'm going to do a segment on Us Again. Us Again is a short that played before Raya and the Last Dragon in theaters. I don't think it was there for Premiere Access, which I totally paid for legally. But, however, it is now available on Disney Plus. So if you did not possibly play for Premiere Access or didn't see Raya and the Last Dragon in theaters, you can now see it if you have a Disney Plus subscription. What Us Again is about, it's about a couple, an old guy who can't get up from his chair but needs to close the window with his walker, which is a thing, I guess. And they don't dance anymore, and they're like old people, and that's sad, I guess. The old woman, basically, or wife, leaves, and the old guy gets out, and it rains, and it makes him young again, and he starts dancing. So then he finds her, and they do an amazing dance in the rain, because this dance makes only them young again, and how much they love dancing and everything like that. This was a very sweet little short. I liked what it did with the rain. I liked what it did talking about aging and marriage, changing as a couple, accepting what you have around you, which is like such a fucking Pixar Disney thing, but whatever. And even the idea of like the husband gets sort of obsessed with following the rain so he can stay young, because anytime they're under the rain, they're young and they can dance around and everything like that. The spirit of this is wonderful and glorious, and you see kind of like them like appreciating each other once again. And what I like about this short, that this is more based on a moment. This is what shorts are really good at. Shorts are really good at capturing, like, other than like, a feature, is you can capture a moment, like this moment where they realize they love each other, they love dancing, they love doing all these things together, and they had this great night together. And maybe it's just this one night. Maybe tomorrow he's gonna sit on that fucking chair again and close the stupid window with his walker and all that stuff. But tonight they're in love, they're dancing, and it's wonderful. And that's what I like about this. I think that's the best that this can really be. And this is directed by Zach Parrish, who's been an animator on Tangled, Big Hero 6, and Frozen 2. What he's credited as on IMDb, he's very talented. He seems like a very talented Disney animator. However, here's the thing with this. It's animated in a very Disney animation way. It's like almost in the standard Disney way. Nothing about the animation was surprising. It's something you've seen before. I even found the music wasn't too surprising, to be honest with you. It's basically just like, it's very Muzak-y, the music in this. It wasn't like done, like they didn't like get a, I mean, they're not going to get like John Batista, who did, because it's sort of jazzy, that's why I said that, like they did with Soul, for example. They're not going to do something like that, but something like that would have really helped. The scores are important. The reason why Pixar has such great score, like one of the successes, is they got really great people to do the score. And the score was, it's just very Muzak-y. It didn't stand out. And that's one of the things about this short is, I like that Disney is doing shorts like this and promoting them. And that's one of the things I like about Disney Plus. They do promote different animated shorts. But I was thinking while I was watching it, I was like, could you have done a different animation style? I mean, like, did you need to do it in the Disney way? Obviously, that Zach Parrish is like a studio guy, basically, and this is what he chose to do it in, and I should respect that. But it almost felt like kind of like held back by that style. Like it just felt like it would be more playful in a different animation style, and I don't really look at that style is necessarily as playful. It feels a little more corporate and approved and everything. He did that style very well within the wheelhouse of this. He did feel like a studio director in the sense that he understood how to make a thing under the guise of the Disney machine, and he did it really well, actually. I think if I watch this as an executive, you can direct Big Hero 6, 3, or whatever, or 2, or whatever Disney movie. I'm sure this will help him do that, and he'd be a great director doing that. But there's nothing about this that surprised me out of, the concept and the kind of execution of it was wonderful. But there's certain details of it that didn't feel like he got as much. Like, particularly the music, I thought could have been better. had more life to it. It really didn't. I did wonder why do it in this style. It just felt like something like, well, I know how to do this, and that's what I'm going to do. And in a sense, I get it. To be honest with you, if I could do that, would I do it? Like if you had that resource, should you hold back or should you be different for the sake of it? I mean, this is an animator who's worked on these and I was thinking that while watching it, was like, part of me is like, this is something I physically, can't do and would need a team of people, but he's someone who knows this, has worked there, and that's a style he's worked in, and he's very good at it. So in one sense, I do think, like, when you come to the end of the year, when you think of all the great animated shorts we've seen, this might not stick out to you because it will feel like we've seen this style before. But I do think when you think of this short, even though I don't love the music in it, which should be a standing feature. I mean, they're fucking dancing. Sorry, I should not curse as much. They're dancing throughout this thing. The music should be important. I mean, it is important. But he didn't put as much important because the music just didn't feel as alive to me. But the moment that it seizes on is wonderful. That moment that they come together and dance is a wonderful moment together. And so that I don't think you can erase from this short, and I think that's what you take away from it. There's definitely things that could be done differently in more interesting ways and maybe directed better, but he still came up with this really wonderful short, and you leave with that moment and you think on that moment, and maybe everything goes back to normal, maybe nothing changes, but wasn't it nice to dance under the rain again?